I worked in an area, we were all very much of a team, and we worked together really closely. We all got to know each other very well. We produced a lot. We had a very good team. Marc had a way of coming in and just wanted to be a bully and, push his weight around. And he did that with myself and with Caroline, who was also in that area. And he kind of just did it for pleasure. He didn't really have a reason for it. He just kind of felt like he wanted to bully on somebody, and he did. I came in one day, and there was pictures of my coworker all over the place. He had several copies of a personal photo of my coworker that Marc had made and put it like as a poster around our space. And he was sort of making fun of him that he once had hair and now he doesn't. So Marc would make fun of people, and that's what he enjoyed. He got a kick out of doing that. He had a kick out of kind of coming up and harassing somebody or making fun of them in some way. One evening I was working and I was labeling cassettes, which is what my job was at the time. And Marc Headley came in, and he, for the pleasure of it, just started picking on me and started antagonizing me with verbal antagonistic kind of words and, just kind of bullying. And he then, I told him to get back to work. I'm trying to work. I don't know what you're doing in here, but this is just, what are you doing? Just out of the blue, just coming in here. And he continued and continued to a point I got so upset and I burst into tears and I tried to shove him out of my way to get him away from me. And later, a few years later, he was talking about this incident with me. And he was saying how he was actually just doing it for fun. He had no reason. He just wanted to just do it for fun. And he just felt like it. And I just couldn't believe it. I said, you mean you just came in just because you wanted to just harass me and just because you felt like it? In the middle of a work day, just come in and just harass another staff member because you felt like it. And that's what he said. He did this with other people. It wasn't just me. He did this I witnessed it with 3 other people. I had a coworker who was a nice lady who was named Carolyn. She approached Marc Headley to ask him a question. And his response to her was that he shoved her so hard she flew back about 3 to 4 feet. And she was a bit of an elderly lady. She wasn't young, and she was not even approaching him in any sort of antagonistic fashion. He just felt like shoving her, and he shoved her to the point where she hit the wall. And she was so upset that she had to just leave the space. And he just thought it was funny and just left. And there was no reason for it. She was not antagonizing him, and she is half his weight, and he is very strong. And he just, for no reason, just shoved her and just walked away, and like it was nothing. And he just thought it was kind of humorous. You just never know what he was going to do and why. He would come through and just, for his enjoyment, really just harass you. Like there was one time I was working and he came through my area and he wanted to express some upset. So we got into a discussion and he came and grabbed me by the arms and shook me to a point where it was actually physically painful. And I had to leave the area because I was in hysterical grief at that point. And I'm not somebody that just does that. I don't get like that. I don't get extremely upset that easily. But with him, I did. I look back at those years and I'm like, why did I ever put up with this guy? It was insane. He was actually insane. And he was a bully and he just did it for fun.